Today on Chasing the Sun, we hunt a predator invading our reefs.
This is a lionfish. They are an invasive species.
And we meet up with Guy Harvey and learn about the Gulf's conservation programs.
Lionfish are voracious predators, been the most rapid invasion of any marine species that I've ever heard about.
Plus, we find the red snapper are ready for anyone who can reel them in.
Here's a monster, bringing him in. Ah!
Chasing the Sun is brought to you by Visit Panama City Beach, AFCO, American Fishing Tackle Company, Yozuri, Fish the Best, Costa Del Mar, see what's out there, High's Toggery, premium clothing for men and women, and by Yeti Coolers, built for the wild. There is a predator in these waters, quietly taking over tropical reefs and is advancing at an alarming rate. Lionfish have increased so greatly over the past decade, they're upsetting the balance of coral reef ecosystems. This rapid growth poses a grave threat to the region's coral reefs. A popular way of getting the word out and helping put a dent in the population is lionfish tournaments. These tournaments bring not only divers, but anglers and families.
Panama City Beach has a great awareness of the population growth of lionfish, this invasive species. So a lot of the dive shops here in Panama City Beach have created spearfishing tournaments, which brings the community together and brings awareness to the rapid growth of the lionfish in this area. So this year we celebrated our first Lionfish Removal and Awareness Day. We had an awesome turnout here along the Panhandle. Several dive shops participated in cleaning up the lionfish around the area.
Bert Floyd is going to have the most lionfish at 105.
I've been diving here since I was 15, so that's 37 years ago, and we never saw one until probably 5 years ago. And now you see hundreds during a day or even more.
What's so awesome about these lionfish tournaments is that the Spearos like to go to spots that aren't dove on regularly. All of our dive sites that we have out here are very well kept up, so they like to head out typically offshore anywhere from 12 to 20 miles out, bringing back the big lionfish and really cleaning them up, hitting spots that aren't usually dove on recreationally.
Someone who knows the damage explosive lionfish populations are bringing to Florida's waters is Guy Harvey. Known worldwide as an amazing marine wildlife artist, he's also an angler, diver, cinematographer, and marine conservationist. We caught up with Dr. Harvey on his recent trip to Panama City Beach.
Dr. Harvey, I know you've been all around the world, and you seem to have a connection here to Panama City Beach. You have a store here, you got the Gulf Coast Jam here. What brings you to Panama City Beach?
All of the above bring me here, Justin. It's great to be back, of course, but it's the people most of all. I always get a really warm welcome here. I enjoy coming to this part of the Panhandle. And of course, the fishing is great, and diving is great too, but I've never had a chance to go because I'm always working. But it's great to be back.
Something that I know is near and dear to your heart is conservation, especially marine conservation. What can we look to do to control the lionfish?
Lionfish have spread very rapidly from the eastern coast of Florida through the Bahamas and then south throughout the Caribbean and west now into the Gulf of Mexico. It's actually from Brazil to Carolina in the entire Western Atlantic. It's been the most rapid invasion of any marine species that I've ever heard about. And so the consequences of this have been very dire in that the lionfish are voracious predators. They consume anything that can fit down their throat, but also they reproduce very rapidly, Justin. They can put out 30,000 eggs every 4 days. And so the ability to totally take over a reef or an area is unlike any other species that we've seen. There are no natural predators of lionfish in the Western Atlantic, so there's nothing to control their population except for us. And of course nowadays it's big fun to go out and dive and shoot lionfish. One of the good side products of that is they're very good to eat. Their fillets taste a bit like a hogfish or a really fine snapper. But of course you've got to do it with caution. The thing is that more and more people are getting interested, and we have to now generate a demand for the fillets, and that way encourage people to hunt them and to actually catch them on a commercial level so that we can make a difference in the numbers. Otherwise, the long-term results, the cascading effect of this introduced predator on all natural reef systems is going to be unmanageable.
Okay, on the same topic on the lionfish, I know here locally the divers are really putting emphasis on trying to take them off these reefs.
Yeah.
What do you think is the reason that fishermen like myself are not catching a lot on hook and line? I know they feed very heavily, but also like you compared them to the hogfish, we don't catch a lot of those on hook and line either where divers find them. Are they really just that smart, do you think, that causes them not to bite a hook?
I've only heard of a few people catching lionfish in deep water, the really big ones. The smaller ones around shallow reefs don't seem to go for that kind of bait. I've never really fished for them myself, but it's a lot more fun and a lot easier to shoot them. And you really can go right up to them and shoot them. They are like the most stupid fish I've ever met.
Well, I'm glad they have a weak point.
No, they do. They do. And they don't try and get out of the way.
Sure.
But like I said, their number in itself is just an awesome concept to try and get over. And so we got to do what we can.
When we come back, it's snapper time.
There he is. Woohoo!
Reel down to the water until it's rip and drag. Get him!
Inside you, there's an outside you. A you that takes the road less traveled than the road less traveled, and finds the comforts of home extremely uncomfortable. This is for that you.
Beautiful. Best selection, best service, best advice. For 43 years, Half Hitch has given anglers everything they need for a successful day of blue water fishing or fishing the shallow flats of the Florida Panhandle. With 6 locations along the Emerald Coast, a Half Hitch is never far away. For your latest fishing reports, check out halfhitch.com. Half Hitch. Gear up and get out there.
We wanted to go where others couldn't. To fish where the fishing is best. We needed an adventure that we couldn't have any other way. If you're a fisherman, you know what we're talking about.
Dr. Harvey, you've gotten to travel all around and see a lot of places. How does Panama City compare to other places you've been?
The real attraction about fishing in this area of the Gulf, of course, is the red snapper fishery, and the potential it has because of the recovery of the species. And I know you guys have invested heavily in artificial reefs.
Sure.
I think I sponsored a couple here some time ago. Yeah. But that whole system works. And then you've got the oil rigs and the other platforms around to fish. And as we know, any kind of platform is going to attract a variety of species. And not far offshore, you've got the deeper water, so you've got your pelagic. So there's great opportunity here, as well as the inshore species. You've got a good run of tarpon, you've got redfish, you've got cobia in the season. So a wide variety of species for people to chase.
Sure, as a local fisherman, I completely agree with you. I have gotten the opportunity to fish all around, and when you fish west of here, it seems like you have a lot of deep water pelagics that come in fairly close, and then it seems like along the lower Gulf Coast of Florida, you have a lot of shallow water, a lot of inshore light tackle, redfish, snook, tarpon, all that. Well, it seems like we're centered right in the middle of all that action, and you really get a lot of both. We're probably one of the few places where you can go catch redfish and red snapper in the same place. And we certainly have that happen from time to time.
It's amazing. Where I live in the Caribbean, there aren't really seasons, and so we don't see the seasonal change that you have, which is obviously exciting. Sure.
The health of the red snapper population steadily on the rise, getting fresh snapper off of Panama City Beach is as easy as reeling them in. Well, easy might not be the right word. Our cameras followed a couple visiting from across the pond, landing their first red snapper.
I absolutely loved it. I recommend it for anyone. It's such a good day out in the sun. So relaxed, so much fun. Don't get me wrong, hard work when you get that fish. And I was wrestling with it, sweating and swearing.
And hard work when you've got seasickness.
A lot of swearing and a lot of shouting at the sea. But I absolutely loved every minute of it, and I'd do it again tomorrow at the drop of a hat. The two that got away, I'd like to say it was the one that got away. The first one got away, and I could just about handle that. The second one that got away, I was wrestling for about, I'd like to say 10 minutes, it was probably about 30 seconds. But a bull shark got hold of it and dragged it under a reef, and I was wrestling for...
But you didn't know that at the start. You didn't know it was a bull shark. You thought it was a really big fish.
I just thought I'd landed the fish of a lifetime. When actually, a shark had grabbed hold of it, was pulling away, tugging. And actually I had to get a bit of help to try and reel it in. After about 5 minutes, it became really easy, and I thought, I've nailed this. I'm bringing it in. And as I was bringing it in, got close to the surface, I thought, God, it looks a bit small. And it was actually just a head, and the rest of it had been eaten by a shark and dragged under. So that was pretty gutting. And
That's a good story.
And it's a good one to take home. It's a good memory to take home, and one that I'm sure I'll embellish over time. And by the time I'm done, I'm sure a massive great white shark will have taken my dinner away from me.
And then the one snapper that you did get,
the one that I landed is good. We're having for dinner, so at least I brought us home some food. Here he is. Woohoo! Ah, amazing. He's a beast. He's a monster, bringing him in. Ah! He's a lively fella as well. What should we call him? Robert? He looked like a Robert to me. What? Bob the snapper, Rob the red snapper. He's cut me. I didn't win. I didn't come unscathed.
I've got cramp in my hand.
Go on, Jen, bring him in.
I got some. Good. Good. Get him. Nice snapper.
Got one? Yeah.
Right.
Woo! Mine's a baby one. It's a girl one.
It might stretch.
That's all right. You eat less than me. What are you calling him?
It's a girl, definitely.
You think it's a girl?
Really?
Say goodbye. Give him a kiss and say goodbye.
No, I'm not kissing it.
Let me get a picture of you kissing him. Lovely. What a lovely moment. It was great fun, and I absolutely loved it. And now I feel like I'm pretty much a professional fisherman.
Took away some skills that he hadn't got before.
Yeah, exactly. I absolutely loved it. I recommend it for anyone.
As we went out, you could see on Shell Island and either side the different colours and how beautiful and translucent. No litter. Everybody just seemed so in love with the area that they live in. The guys on the fishing boat today, all they wanted to do was make sure that we had this fish gutted and ready for our dinner. And
have fun, and everything's just, I've never been anywhere friendly.
We feel very lucky to have had the opportunity to be here, and yeah, we'd recommend it to everybody.
Yeah, bloody fish. One day I will go back and get that fish, or the shark.
Coming up on Chasing the Sun.
There'll be lobster gumbo, there'll be lobster po' boy, there'll be lobster bisque, there'll be fried lobster, there'll be grilled lobster, there'll be broiled lobster, there'll be chopped up little pieces of lobster, there'll be big pieces of lobster, there'll be lobster salad. But I guarantee you one thing, when you leave, you'll find out for sure that you love lobster as much as we do.
Heist Hoggery is the oldest family-owned clothing store in Bay County. Founded by High Wasting in 1969 and still providing the best customer service. Heist Hoggery is now 9,000 square feet of the best brands for all your work, play, social, or sporting requirements. Select from a huge assortment of Columbia, Guy Harvey, AFCO, Costa Del Mar, Yeti, Vineyard Vines, Berry Topsider, and more. Visit us at our Pier Park location on Panama City Beach to see the latest in men's and women's apparel. Or give us a call, 850-235-1177.
This is why we are obsessed. On the Yozuri, baby! It's the Mag Darter, man! The Crystal 3D Shrimp. Here we go! There he is! Big bull! Big bull! Love that popper in the side of his mouth. Look at this fish. Crush that Yozuri. You know, I'm a huge believer in this Yozuri pink. I'm telling you, this is the fluorocarbon of all fluorocarbons. Skipping across the surface, that Yozuri. There he is! Nice bite! Oh my gosh! Look at him! Yeah, baby, Yozuri! I don't go fishing without him. This is the new Beastmaster 9000. This is hard work. More power, better durability, and heat displacement. Tripled up! Incredible winding speed, an amazing 250 pounds of max winding power. It's the ultimate toy. And with the new planetary gear system, that equals durability. Incredible winding speed. Yeah, that's a giant. 55 pounds of drag. The Beastmaster 9000 is now a part of my fishing arsenal.
One of the favorite seafood events in Panama City Beach is Lobsterfest, and people from near and far come to the beach for this annual feast.
The Schooner's Lobsterfest happens every year, and it was put together right here in this restaurant 26 years ago by a couple of guys that were just challenging each other to go out and catch lobster. When the festival kicks off on Monday, there's bands coming in. We have live music on the beach, or a DJ during the breaks. We got kids dancing, we got grown-ups dancing, we got people my age and older out there dancing, having a good time, because it brings it all together. The chef and the guys in the kitchen start cooking up all kinds of lobster specials for each night. But the culmination is the lobster feast that's on Saturday and Sunday. And each year it's a little different. And it's almost like the movie Bubba Gump. There'll be lobster gumbo, there'll be lobster po' boy, there'll be lobster bisque, there'll be fried lobster, there'll be grilled lobster, there'll be broiled lobster, there'll be chopped up little pieces of lobster, there'll be big pieces of lobster, there'll be lobster salad. But I guarantee you one thing, when you leave, you'll find out for sure that you love lobster as much as we do. There's been a sandcastle contest and a lot of group activities going on for kids right here on the beach. We have a professional sand sculptor that comes in. They start on Wednesday, and they'll have something sometimes that's 8 or 10 or 12 feet high. And we always get a big kick out of the lobster tent when the people walk up and say, "When did you take the claws off?" And it's really fun for us because we say, hey, you know, the claws on the lobster are in Maine. In Florida, they don't have claws. And then we're able to show them the lobster, the shovel-nosed lobster, the spiny lobster, and we involve the kids. One of the neat things for divers here in Panama City Beach is the fact that the loop current comes in closer to the beach here than it does most other parts of Florida. And we have an advantage over people to the west of us and to the east of us because our dive locations for divers start in about 40 feet of water. Now the natural bottom where we'll catch lobster is going to be a little further out and probably to our southwest, but we're going to have visibility that'll range anywhere from, let's say, an average day of 20 to 30 feet to as good as 100 feet. The depths of the dives and our natural bottom is where we catch those lobster here. Now we call them reefs. The guys in the Keys would laugh at us, but we're very proud of the natural bottom, the hard reef structures that we have here, and under those ledges is where our guys find these big lobster. They'll be crawling around with just their head sticking out, the shovel nose will be up under the ledges, and it's not just walk out, take a dip net, throw them in your cooler and come on. They have to stalk them, they have to hunt them, and they have to catch them. So our tourists have fun, our locals have fun, the divers have great competition. It's a family-friendly beach back here with all the sandcastles and everything's going on. But I guarantee you one thing, when you leave, you'll find out for sure that you love lobster as much as we do, right here in Panama City Beach.
Coming up on Chasing the Sun.
Along with targeting lionfish and bringing awareness to all of these spearfishing tournaments, one of the favorites that a lot of spearos like to go out and target is the red snapper.
You don't have to know a thing or the right words to sing. 'Cause all you gotta do is stay here for a while and be you. White sugar sands, sky so blue, emerald waters gently waving for you. Come on and cool those heels. It's time to relax and get real. It's time to relax and get real.
Chasing the Sun has been brought to you by Visit Panama City Beach, Half Hitch Tackle, get out there, Shimano, focus your passion, Jackson Kayaks, for anglers by anglers, Yeti Coolers, built for the wild, and by AFCO, American Fishing Tackle Company.
Dr. Harvey, our red snapper are very important to us here, along with a lot of other reef species. We have a great artificial reef program here, but I think we can still expand on it. Have you noticed in areas that have artificial reef programs, we create more habitat that really helps with those fisheries?
Absolutely, Justin. There's no doubt that artificial reefs generate more biomass generally. Some people say, well, it just helps concentrate fish. Well, that's true to a point, but we are providing a hard surface, a substrate for sessile animals to attract, provide cover and food for other species. You're going to get multiplication of the biomass itself. And of course, you're going to get growth, you're going to get increased variety of species. Generally, they are a good thing. And then you add the diving component to it. And most artificial reefs, if they're not subjected to hurricanes and so on, will last 100 years.
Wow.
And so you're generating a lot of income and activity off of sinking artificial reefs.
Along with targeting lionfish and bringing awareness to all of these spearfishing tournaments, one of the favorites that a lot of spearos like to go out and target is the red snapper.
Oh, come on, give him his hat. 19.95. I still lost.
We had a lot of divers bring in some impressive red snapper today. I can guarantee you that there's no shortage out there. We've had some red snapper that have been weighed in that are 21 pounds today. It's been pretty incredible. All these spearos have been out all weekend long bringing in this fish. It's been a really good turnout. We just had a diver bring in over 200 lionfish, which is amazing. This fish is carries a lot of venom in it, so what you need to do is make sure that you wear gloves when you're killing this fish and handling it. The dorsal fin is venomous, so that's what you want to stay away from, and also back here is where the venom is also held in the fins there.
When coming down to Panama City Beach, all of the dive shops here will be happy to point you in the right direction of what you'll need for as far as safety goes, and the right equipment and the proper gear that you want in handling these lionfish.
The Gulf Coast has had other predators in its waters, but this one was far more dangerous.
Out in front of the restaurant, we've got a propeller that came off the HMS Empire Mica. Empire Mica was a British oil tanker, and it was on its way from England to the Louisiana coast.
And it was on its way back to England, and a torpedo got it right off the coast of Appalachia.
A lot of people don't realize the German U-boat activity in the Gulf of Mexico, because the shipping channel coming out of the Mississippi River was all the manufacturing was taking place in the Midwest, as they would come out in the Mississippi in order to support the war effort, the German U-boats would lay in wait and torpedo the U.S. merchant supplies coming out of there. So the Empire Mica was no different. The Empire Mica was coming in and it had crude oil on it, torpedoed in 1943. And it's off the coast of Apalachicola, and the bottom is at about 140, 150 feet of water. So fast forward into the 60s, where you actually had a captain by the name of Laney Reinhardt, who knows that the Empire Mica was a fairly new ship, had a massive 16-ton, 32,000-pound bronze propeller on the back of it.
And he had the salvage rights from the Lords of London. Tried to get it up, he couldn't. So he'd gone to Tampa, I believe it was Tampa, to get a barge and a hoist. And while he was in Tampa, one of his buddies parked next to him, went and got the propeller himself. Reinhardt comes back from Tampa, he goes down, and guess what? The propeller was gone. You can imagine how he felt then. Well, anyway, the propeller was located in a local shipyard. It went to court. The judge gave it to Reinhardt.
And then you can imagine his heartbreak when he gets the propeller. It's totally out of pitch and out of current technological standards. Essentially what he's got is a big piece of scrap metal.
Didn't know what to do with it. He was trying to sell it for a propeller. It was out of date. So he was trying to sell it for junk. And I'm one, I love bargains. I thought I'd buy me a propeller cheap.
It's still a freak of nature that we were able to take it from England, from the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico, to the outside of a restaurant here in Northwest Florida.